Hello everyone, this presentation is done for presenting my InfoCovid mobile application using mobile Ubiquitous computing system. Let's move. The COVID-19 pandemic is the defining global health crisis of this time. Cases are increasing day by day. During these challenging times, people are willing to know latest COVID updates for aware of pandemic. Government is always trying to provide latest COVID updates for citizens. And also citizen can gain some knowledge by this information to survive from virus. Technology is there with the people and digital world is increasingly become reality. Hence, there can be many ways to provide information about virus. Health section must provide this information at least in one hourly basis to health ministry for update their databases. This process is difficult to health section because of day by day they are very busy by testing and treating patients. If there's a quick process to update the government and citizen, it is very good in COVID-19 pandemic time. In here, the problem is how they can get live updates related to COVID-19 pandemic. The solution for this problem is mobile Ubiquitous system for get real-time COVID updates. InfoCovid mobile application is the best way to reach the population to capture health and demographic data related to COVID-19, to exposure tracking, to receive health care remotely, to promote healthy behavior among people. People can get live updates related to COVID-19 simply by tapping on the mobile application. In here, I discuss about developing the project. Project organization has project leader, team leader and other members. Project leader, he is responsible for overall progress of the project. Team leader, he is responsible for their team and also development and the technical training of the team. All members, they are responsible for the teamwork and they work for progress of the product. Project is not only based on documentation. It highly focuses on the product which delivers on time. To implement the project, there are 5 members. 2 application developers. Their responsibility is developing the mobile application for InfoCovid and build and code for system functionalities. And 2 server-side developers. Their responsibility is developing the mobile application with web server functionalities for InfoCovid. And also their job is design, build and maintain server-side code. And 1 GUI developer. His responsibility is developing graphical user interface for InfoCovid. Let's move on. This project is developed using Scrum methodology in Agile approach. Project is delivered on a feature by feature basis. Product owner, Scrum master and development team is carry out this process. In Scrum methodology, the first thing to do is sprint planning, the tasks and also deliverable schedules. Planning is done at the beginning of the process by defining tasks and calculating the time duration to hand over the process. First thing is collecting the user stories. That means collecting the requirements of users. After that, product backlog is prepared by using user stories. Then prepare a sprint backlog and carry out the development process. Start at every sprint, there is a sprint planning meeting to identify and discuss the work that is to be done using the sprint backlog. Sprint planning is done within 2 hours each week. Then the product is started to develop and every day there is a daily Scrum meeting to identify done works and block works. Then discuss the solution and move to the next step. In inspection and adoption, there is a sprint review to measure quality of product and improvements of product. This team gets 1 hour per week for this sprint retrospective. Then move to the next iteration and do the above process till the final product is completed. This is the time schedule of this InfoCovid project. It divided into milestones, responsible by and finish work with plan and actual. Project has risk. Some are mentioned here. First one is lack of time to deliver product on time. The prevention action for this problem is identifying product backlog and deliver within sprint and doing iterations. The second one is need for software license tool. The prevention action for this problem is make sure all needed software are available with license when project is started. Third one is team members leave the project. The prevention action for this problem is two members are working together in important tasks like pair programming. Next one is system integration problems. The prevention action for this problem is well-defined interfaces within components and communication. The final one is final product doesn't match with customer's requirement. The prevention action for this problem is daily scrum for supervising every project task. Let's move on. Let's move to requirement gathering part. There are two types of requirement gathering. First one is primary data gathering and second one is secondary data gathering. In here I discuss about primary data gathering. Primary data are collected from first-hand experience. There are advantages and disadvantages of primary data gathering. One advantage is the investigator collects data specific to the problem under study. One disadvantage is the investigator has to contend with all the hassle of data collection. I use three primary data gathering techniques for InfoCovid mobile application. First one is questionnaire. Questionnaires are done using online methods because of COVID-19 situation, using emails and social media. This is the question form. User have to fill this form and submit. Next one is interview. Online interviews are doing using Zoom and Microsoft Teams, and focus group interview. It also doing using with 6 participants group using online methods. In here I discuss about secondary data gathering. Secondary data gather from published data source which are collected from someone else for other purpose. There are advantages and disadvantages of secondary data gathering. One advantage is no hassle of data collection, and one disadvantage is the data collected by the third party may not be a reliable party. InfoCovid secondary data gathering techniques. These are sources which I have used to collect data, such as published printed sources, journals, newspapers, published electronic sources, general website, government records, public sector records. I used Health Ministry website and World in Data website, and some URLs are mentioned here. This is interfaces of proposed design. This is the InfoCovid homepage. There are 3 links to click on for users like Citizen Dashboard, Health Dashboard and Health Advisories. If user click on Citizen Dashboard, then appear user interface as this. There are many links in this Citizen Dashboard like total figures, daily figures, breakdown of situation, PCR test details, quarantine info for local information, and also there are global information as total figures, daily figures. If user click on total figures, then it appear as this interface. If user click on daily figures, the interface appear as this, and also if user click on breakdown of situation, the interface is as this. User can click on PCR test details. The interface is this, PCR test details, and if user click on quarantine info, the interface as this. In global information, user can click on total figures. The interface as this, and finally user can click on daily figures and interface appear as this. Citizen Dashboard process is completed. It for citizen, and then Health Dashboard, it's for health sector. If user click on Health Dashboard, then it appear login interface as this. User can give correct email and correct password. Then user can log into health dashboard like this. And there are 3 links: update patient status, update quarantine details, update PCR test details. If user is going to update patient status, you can click on this, and the interface is appear as this. Then there is a track patient locations button. If user click on track patient location, then the interface is as this. Then user can click on update quarantine details. This is the interface of update quarantine details. You can click, you can submit it after filling. If user click on update PCR test details, the interface is as this interface. This is the process of health dashboard. Citizen dashboard and health dashboard are completed. Next one is health advisories. If user click on health advisories, the interface is appear as this. This is the old process. There's a notification to access location as this notification screen. Then there is another notification to receive notifications from InfoCovid mobile application. This is the app navigation structure. This is the home page, and there are 3 links: citizen dashboard, health advisories, and patient status. Likewise, there are every pages. InfoCovid is a mobile ubiquitous application that helps to fight against COVID by awareness people and monitor people. The structure is the InfoCovid architecture is as this figure. The backend InfoCovid server is an Apache server running PHP script. All the communication between the client and InfoCovid server is using HTTP, and it uses Application Programming Interface (API). The InfoCovid backend consists of MySQL database. There are 2 main sectors who are connected with InfoCovid mobile application, such as citizen of country and health sectors of country. Citizens are using this application mainly for get information, and health sector is using this application mainly for update the information and to know about patient status. When user requests COVID information, the request sent to application server through service provider platform. The application server request query from the database. The database sends JSON object to the application server as it requests. The application server responds with JSON object to the client. Health sector is updating all necessary information about COVID. They post data to the application server, and InfoCovid server send that data to the database. When citizens search for data, they receive that data which are uploaded by health sector. If some citizen has COVID symptom, he or she is hospitalized, and the health sector track the travel route of patient by this application. Health sector request for patient location from the application server. The location are updated into the database hourly basis from the location-based service. In here, there is a small description about location-based service, global positioning system, application programming interface, which are used in previous system architecture. Up to here, I discussed about proposed solution. This application can access by Android and iOS. This can use to capture health and data related to COVID-19, manage quarantine processes, promote healthy behavior among people, manage patient details, exposure tracking, manage PCR test details. The InfoCovid system provides information processed data based on collected data as this figure. The health sector collects data and update it to the InfoCovid database. After processing the data, information is came after requesting it. Health dashboard collect data via InfoCovid mobile app, and citizen dashboard receive information via InfoCovid mobile app. Health sector has three interfaces to insert data into the database as update patient details, update quarantine details, update PCR test details. Health sector collect patient details through InfoCovid patient status interface and store that data in InfoCovid database. Citizen can receive local and global total figures, local and global daily figures, breakdown of situation based on that patient status details. Using update patient status data, citizen can view local total figures data with pie chart of breakdown of total cases and local daily figures data with line chart of total versus active cases. Breakdown of situation using heat map and bar chart of district distribution. Global total figures using world map with confirmed cases and deaths, and also active cases data with line chart and closed cases with line chart as this figure. Global daily cases are shown as this figure using daily new cases and daily deaths. Health sector collect quarantine details through InfoCovid quarantine details interface and store that data in InfoCovid database as this figure. Citizen can receive quarantine details based on that updated quarantine details by health sector. Health sector store PCR test details through InfoCovid PCR test details interface and store that data in InfoCovid database. Citizen can receive PCR test details based on that updated PCR test details by health sector. This is the chart of PCR test details that can view by citizen using PCR test details interface. This is the final part of the project. First I have defined what is the problem, then I suggested the solution as mobile Ubiquitous application. Then I have done literature review of this field. Then I moved to data gathering part as primary and secondary. Then developed the project using Scrum methodology. After broad processes, I have designed the interfaces, described system architecture and proposed solution. Limitations of this application, such as data correctness. In here, I assume all medical authorities all over the world use this app for data insertion. Otherwise, data correctness will be lost. Second one is access information. User must complete the minimum requirements such as smart mobile phone, internet connection and good signal strength. And third one is third-party monitoring. This application should monitor by third party for information correctness of InfoCovid. This application can improve by these suggestions. Self-assessment. This will help citizens to access their symptoms and determine if they are candidate for a coronavirus disease test. Identifying corona positive in crowd. User can enable Bluetooth and location service in crowded area to identify corona positive persons. User can share their data. Patient history. Citizen can check COVID positive patients' travel details, medical history to keep citizen abreast with the patient's information and location details. E-Pass. Citizen can register for persons desires of traveling out of districts. These travels allow for medical reasons and essential activities only. COVID hospitals. User can find the details of COVID dedicated hospitals near the location. Comparing with other country. InfoCovid always compare details with Sri Lanka. It can implement as select the local country as users wish using menu of country list. Switch language. This app works only in the English language. It can implement to access from other languages in all over the world. Emergency call. If user faces to emergency situation, there is no any method to get help. It can implement by applying emergency call facility for country, citizen and foreigners. Thank you.